Hey everyone, welcome to Unaka Gear Co. I'm Brad. Today we are going to be showing you how to install our brand new rear ladder system on the driver's side of a Sprinter van. So let's begin. We're going to go ahead and unbox. All right. So we want to make sure that we have all of our components inside. We have two hardware boxes, and notice that they are labeled as where the hardware is inside. So we'll make sure we have everything inside here. Probably pull some of this out. All right, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and print out one of our installation manuals, so that way we can follow along as we do this. Okay everyone, so the first step is going to be, if you have an interior trim panel on your back door, you will need to remove this so that way you have access to the back. So we'll go ahead and start to take this off, and it's pretty easy to pop these out. Just make sure that you're careful not to break any of your clips. So we'll set this aside. One thing to note, if you have the plastic trim on your door panel, you will have this larger cavity here. If you don't have that plastic trim, this will generally be another sheet of metal, and you'll have to drill through two sides. But as you can see, we're going to just only drill one hole through the door, and there's plenty of access here because it'll be right around in this area. So the next step of the process, we are going to grab our drill template, which is item number 6. The drill template is going to fit right along the body lines here, so that way we know where to drill the hole. We're going to take our center punch so we can mark it, so we'll give it a tap, and then we'll take a 1/8 drill bit to do a pilot hole. We'll enlarge that a little bit with a 3/8, and then we're going to take the step bit that comes with your kit after we've marked it to the proper measurement with like a Sharpie or a piece of tape or something, so you don't go too wide. We will then drill through and enlarge this hole. Pro tip, after you've drilled your hole, if you grab the main boss, item number 5, make sure that you've drilled your hole large enough. So as you can see, I need to just get this ever so slightly larger, so that way this boss will fit through the hole. There we go. Now we're ready. The next step that we will take after we've drilled the hole here, and if you have to drill your hole on the back side as well, make sure that you go ahead and do that. We're going to deburr around these edges, so that way there's nothing sharp in there. Use our deburr tool, or if you have to use sandpaper, get that nice and smooth. And then to ensure you're not going to have any corrosion or anything on this metal, we're going to paint over it, so you can use paint pen or spray paint. Just something to prevent corrosion. Now that we have the door prepped and ready, we're going to go ahead and loosely hang the base kit onto the hinges of the door. We're going to make sure we have all of our bolts, washers, lock washers and nuts, and the 2 brackets. So a couple things to note: this top bracket, make sure that the indentation faces towards the van. It's important, so that way it will actually sit properly. And then you're going to have your teammate beside you to hold up the frame. We'll take the bolt and we'll get that through. We're going to take one of our flat washers on the opposite side, a lock washer, and nut. Again, we're keeping this very loose. We're just getting it hung into place. We'll get this other bolt through. You may have to move some things around a little bit as you go. And as we move to the bottom bracket, make sure that you have the cut corner facing towards the door of the van instead of towards the actual front of the van. And we will get these positioned on here. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and mount our third mounting point so we can get our positioning complete. So we'll take a lot of different parts here. We're going to take the large rubber O-ring and we're going to put that onto the main boss. So the main boss will be inserted into the hole on the door. We're going to take the large rubber bushing and have that in between here. I'm going to go ahead and take our flat washer and rubber washer through our bolt. And we're going to thread all this through. All right, we'll kind of get that in place. And on the back side of the door, we're going to take the flat washer, lock washer, and nut. Get these tightened but leave it a little loose, which will then allow us to get our positioning set. So here's a pro tip. On this van, this cavity exists because it had the plastic panel on here. Yours may not have this cavity to access the back side of the bolt. So to get the bolt all the way through on your ratchet, an easy way to do this is to grab some tape, make a ball, and stick that down inside your ratchet. Go ahead and put the nut, so this way it doesn't seat all the way inside there. Get your lock washer and your flat washer on here with some tape. And just kind of wrap that around. What that will allow you to do is make sure you don't drop all of these in your door frame if you're having to reach through a hole to get there. Keeps it all in place. Let's look at this. This needs to go like, so now that we have our positioning complete where we want it, the last step is to tighten the third point here. So that way, as you tighten, you get just a slight bulge in the rubber bushing. And that's how you know everything is complete. And that is the last step. Did I miss a lock washer on one of those?
Yeah.
I did? Idiot!